Hello everyone, it is me Peep Peep and welcome back to After Hours. I'm gonna call this part 1, but part ending 2, I guess? Like, new ending, yeah, whatever. Okay, new game, let's get into it. My name is Jeremy, okay? Yep, that's my name, yeah. So we're obviously, new ending. I'm still gonna read everything, just so you don't have to watch the other parts. But yeah, Jeremy, wake up! No sleeping on the job! I draw awake, a bright light in my eyes, and someone's hand on my shoulder. While I block it out with my arm, Vanessa finally turns off her flashlight and lightly scoffs in annoyance. How long was I asleep at this table? Lowering my arm, I have a small toolbox in front of me, and my phone is resting where I had my head laid down. Its shape is probably imprinted onto my face right now. Good lord, Jeremy, when was the last time you slept? I don't know. Vanessa sighs. Whatever, no one's here but us anyway. I'll keep quiet if you do your job, alright? Yeah, sure. Alright, get to it. Vanessa walks off as I stand up and stretch, feeling my joints pop when I raise my arms above my head. Deciding not to waste any more time, I pick up my toolbox and my phone before heading through the massive doors leading into the daycare. The daycare's bright lights and rainbow colors are practically blinding compared to the rest of the pizza plex. Or maybe I just haven't fully woken up yet. Time to get this over with. Open my panel behind the desk and cringe at the mess of wires in the wall. Well, at least I know how to play the game this time. As much as I wish I could, I can't rush through this. I'll have to deal with each generator one at a time. Whatever. If it means I get to go to sleep sooner, I'll do it. Okay. This shouldn't be too hard, right? Easy peasy. There we go. Standing back up, I stretch again, palms on my back as I let out a tired sigh. That is, until I hear the faint sound of what I think are gears and other mechanical bits turning, followed by something landing in the ball pit near the back. I'm pretty sure it's just the daycare attendant. After all, they should be the only other thing in here, and the small stage leading into their room is directly above the ball pit. Not that I know a lot about them, the staff hasn't said much, and since I'm still new here, I haven't met them yet, nor have I met the other animatronics like the Glamrocks or DJ. Most of the robots I've gotten acquainted with have been the staff bots all over the building. I start walking to the ball pit, scanning it for signs of movement as I stand on the edge. That is until... Oh, so cute! Oh, hey there, friend! I don't remember seeing you around. Are you new here? Something or someone jumps in front of me, and I'm suddenly lifted off the ground. Before I can even answer, I notice his eyes turn a light blue color, scanning me. I'm stunned into silence, staring at the robot in front of me as he steps out of the ball pit, holding me from underneath my arms as if I weigh nothing. Can you put me down first? So I think I'm going to be more mean, if you will, during this. So let's see what we get. Oh, sorry about that. He finally puts me back down, though he makes sure I'm standing on both feet before letting go. Thanks, and yeah, I'm new here. Just finishing out my first week, actually. Haha. Every time we say the first week, I always think, oh, phone guy. Oh, and how's that been? Good, I hope. Oh, terrible. Yeah, it's gone pretty smoothly so far. I start walking back to the desk, but the tall robot decides to follow me. By the way, could you tell me your preferred name? My name's Sun, but people come up with all sorts of nicknames, like Sunny, Sunray, Sundew. Some of the kids even call me Sundrop, like the candy. Oh, not gonna lie, I thought your name was Sundrop until now. Oh, that's fine, a lot of people do that, and the name kinda stuck over time, which is fine by me. Cool, my preferred name is Jeremy, by the way. Well, it's great to meet you, Jeremy. I can't help but smile a bit. But duty calls, so I make my way to one of the computers on the desk. I can faintly see his face reflected on the screen as he watches what I'm doing. What you need the light off for? I have to test all the generators in here to make sure they're working. Whoever messed with them last time left them a mess, so I have to do it one at a time. Uh-huh. Considering how wordy he's been so far, such a short answer tells me something's up. Then again, I just met the guy. I could be overanalyzing. Say nothing. I decided to leave it be for now. I'll be right back. Gonna get something for ya. What? Why? Just something to help carry you through the night. Judging by how many wires and generators you have to deal with, I have a feeling you might be here for a while. Fair enough. Sun smiles before walking off somewhere. I put in the command to turn off the power in the daycare. The music once playing from the speakers on the ceiling comes to a halt, silence blanketing over the massive daycare as the computer screens become my only light source. Removing my flashlight from my belt, I turn it on as I start making my way towards the play structures, since that's where the generators are located for some reason. It's eerily quiet as I try finding the structure with the first generator. The lack of true ambience forces my footsteps to echo. The glowing red light of one of the generators enters my sight, so I continue on. Somewhere above me, I hear gears turning. I shine my flashlight toward the ceiling, only to see nothing there. Sun? I flinch to the noise, frantically shining my light to see what's there. That didn't sound like Sun. Sun, are you there? Ooh. Spoopy. Aw, I love you. Your design is so cool. I drop my flashlight and I'm sitting on the ground after stumbling back from being startled. In front of me is the robot I've seen on the Moondrop posters, giggling hysterically. He seems proud of himself. I sigh, pick up my flashlight, and get back up to continue what I was doing. Wait, did I get scared last time? I don't remember dropping my flashlight. I don't know. Well, if I wasn't awake before, I definitely am now. Actually, maybe I did. I don't know, it's been a while. He finally stops laughing after I say that. He makes a noise that sounds like he's clearing his throat before he starts to follow me. Sorry for the scare. I couldn't help myself. Sure. I take the first path into the play sectors I see, hoping to find the first generator sooner rather than later. You're going the wrong way. Am I? I turn around and he has his arms crossed as he leans against the structure. Yep, I could lead you to the generator if that would make you feel better. Think about it for a second. If this guy's anything like Sun, hopefully he actually means what he says. Fine. I crawl back out of the structure, and he starts leading me to a different path. He clearly knows his way around, since we find the generator rather easily. There you go. He sits beside me as I go to turn it on, his glowing red eyes watching me as I do my job. Maybe it's just me, but don't you think those red eyes are kind of intimidating for a daycare attendant? Yes, I've been told that before. It was a bug that made them look like this, but that's been resolved. The red eyes stuck, but they're not hurting anyone. Fair enough, the red does look kind of cool, but the blue and white... with the blue and white. Why, thank you. Aw, so cute. I roll my eyes and a faint smile on my face. Now that I think about it, I never told you my name, did I? I already know, it's Jeremy. Oh, did Sun tell you? In a way, we're technically the same. What does that mean? I don't know. I guess this is a meaner option, We are the same body. I mean, Sunny can still see and hear everything that's going on as we speak. Huh. So he was in on the prank, too? No, he's still lecturing me for it. So's you, right? I was just messing with you, but if you want, I won't do it again. For now. Oh my gosh, that evil little grin. Don't. Okay, yeah, I do think this is different, because I feel like since we're being slightly meaner, we have like a different attitude towards that, because I don't remember that happening last time, so I'm hoping that my options are doing good, so. Moon laughs a bit, leaning back against the wall of the structure. I do think you should continue with that job of yours, though. Right, on it. Focusing back on the generator, I flip the switch and watch as the red light on the device turns green. Well, looks like that works. I flip it again before making my way out of the structure, and I hear Moon following close behind. Standing up straight, I attach my flashlight to my belt before stretching my arms above my head. I sigh, arms dropping back to my sides as I go to turn the lights on from the desk. I hear the lights turn back on, and the music of the daycare starts playing as I turn around and flinch at the sight of Sun already there, smiling brightly. Hello again! Hey, so you two just switch out whenever you need to? Nope, it depends on whether the lights are on or not. I'm in charge when the lights are on, and Mooney's in charge when they're off. I still don't like that he decided to scare you, though. Weirdly enough, the sight of him irritated with his arms crossed is weirdly endearing. Hey, don't worry about that, I'm over it. Sun just pouts, turning his head away from me. I smile at the sight. Why do they keep the generators in there, anyway? Don't you think it would be kind of dangerous to keep the generators in the place where kids would be playing in? Oh, well, that's just a temporary thing. They've kind of been out of commission, so thankfully they couldn't hurt anyone anyway. And when exactly are these things getting removed? Sun moves like he's about to respond, but goes silent for a minute. I can literally hear the gears turning in his head. He just shrugs. Well, isn't that reassuring? I turn back to the desk so I can keep track of my progress. On it is a short checklist to keep track of how each generator is working. Oh, so cute. I start looking around for a pen when Sun sticks his hand in front of my face, holding one with a cute little dinosaur on the cap. Here you go. I smile at the gesture, taking the pen so I can mark my progress. Thanks. Alright, here we go again. I go back to the cable, sighing at the tangled mess I still have to deal with. Ugh, here we go. Playing this silly game. But it's okay, I know how to play now. Is that not right? 1, 2... Oop, that's 3 then. 3, and then 4. Hooray, we did it! I stand up and take a look at my work. Time to do it all again, I guess. As I go to turn the light off again, I hear music blasting from somewhere else, which is weird since usually the radio's off when the pizza place is closed for the night. Any idea what that music is? That's a DJ. He makes his own music, so it's not out of the ordinary to hear it during the night when everyone's gone home. I'd love to be friends with him, but I'm too busy to leave this place most of the time. Really? Yep. When was the last time you've left this place? Okay, well, technically I've never left. But every hour when the power gets rerouted, Mooney goes on patrol around the pizzaplex to make sure we don't get any intruders. He says the DJ makes for good company. I rub my eyes, feeling my lack of sleep catching up with me again. The stress of a new job is really taking a toll on my sleep schedule, I think. Intruders? Mostly just robbers or little punks I don't know better. Usually Moon's able to catch them before they get far. I let out a yawn as I go back to the computer. That's cool. Switching the lights off, the daycare once again descends into mostly silence. I hear gears whirling behind me as Moon hums slightly. Still tired, Jamie? Oh boy, what gave that away? You look like you're going to pass out. I wish I could. I hear Moon step away for a minute. Yawning again, I take my flashlight off my belt as I start to approach the play structures, stopping once I'm a few feet away from the desk. I wait for Moon to come back, since I have a feeling I'll get lost if he doesn't help me with finding the other generators. Hearing the sounds of gears whirling above me, I point my flashlight towards the ceiling. He's easier to find this time, probably because he's not trying to startle me again. He lowers himself to the floor, a long cable hooked onto his back from the ceiling, so that's how he flies around the place. There you are. Here, take this. He holds out an already opened can for me to take, a grape-flavored fizzy fizz, to be specific. Thanks. No problem, Sonny meant to give it to you, meant to get it for you earlier, but I had something different in mind. I love his little grin. He has a smug grin on his face. Yeah, you decided to scare me half to death. Come on, live a little. I roll my eyes as I take a long sip of a carbonated heart attack in a can. Checking the watch on my other hand, I see that it's already nearing 1 in the morning. For the hour I've spent awake, I've gotten surprisingly little done. Great. You want to help me with the other generators, or what? Moon's expression didn't change. He just stares at me for a moment before speaking. You sound exhausted. I am exhausted. Shouldn't you take a break, then? Take another sip of the soda, raising an eyebrow. And do what? Well, I have my hourly patrol to take care of. You could always tag along. I can't. I have to keep working. Besides, I don't want Vanessa on my case about it. The pizza place is massive. What are the chances she'll run into us? I don't know, but I'm not sure if I want to risk it. You're risking just as much by working while you're tired. Well, it's not like I can sleep on the job, can I? Already got reprimanded for that once. I turn away from Moon, lighting up the play structures in front of me with my flashlight as I start wandering over to a random one. You can go take care of that patrol stuff. I can probably find the other generators on my own. I don't make it further than a few steps before I feel 2 robotic arms wrap around my torso and I'm lifted off the ground. What the? In my shock, I drop my flashlight and cling onto Moon's arms for dear life as he nonchalantly makes his way out of the daycare with me. Moon, what the hell? What? I can't be out of the daycare when I still have stuff to do there. If Vanessa does see us, I'll take the blame. Isn't that so funny, though? Like, I wonder how Vanessa would react. Like, this is no surprise. Moon has done this to me before. What is she gonna do? Scold me? I just love his little evil grin. Moon laughs a bit at his own comment. I'm being serious. Me too. Moon clearly knows this place like the back of his hand, because it only takes around a few minutes for us to reach the Atrium, with the giant holograms of the Glam Rock still active despite the Pizzaplex being closed for the night. I pass over a few security bots who pay us no mind. Occasionally, one will look up at us and then continue on with the same blank expression as every other bot. I eventually start to get used to being this high off the ground. Moon says nothing as he scans the area for intruders, thankfully seeing nothing out of the ordinary. Moon lands on a railing on the third floor of the atrium, likely about to change directions and head somewhere else. That is, until an alarm starts blaring from one of his speakers, and he suddenly turns to look in a different direction. Hopping off the railing, Moon sets me down before hovering off the ground again. Stay here. One of the staff bots alerted me to an intruder. Before I can get another word in, Moon leaves, pushing off the railing to give himself a boost like he flies off. As he flies off. Sighing, I look up when I see another staff bot looking at me, seemingly confused. Just guessing by the way it stops and tilts its head when it sees me. It's hard to tell what these guys are thinking when they basically can't emote. You saw nothing. I point at the bot. The bot says nothing. Probably because it has no mouth. I nod in understanding before going to sit in one of the booths at L Chips. Staring at the menu on the other side of the small restaurant, I remember something important. I haven't eaten anything since, this morning? Maybe that's also why I feel so out of it. If only I could inhale the pictures of food on the wall. I try the next best thing and search behind the counter for basically anything that's edible. I find an unopened bag of nachos. Good enough. I head back to the booth, opening the bag of chips and eating my makeshift lunch. Peering back into the atrium, the bot isn't there anymore. From where I'm sitting, it looks like the number of staff bots around seems pretty sparse in general. Maybe they're gone to wherever Moon is. Not that I know where he went anyway. I don't think much of it, simply continuing to fuel up on chips while listening to the drowning ambience of the many bright lights in the atrium. I can feel my ears ringing from the silence. That and the sound of me eating chips alone became deafening loud. The lack of ambience is almost unbearable. Standing up, I go to throw away the now empty chip bag, one hand on my head as my vision goes blurry for a moment. Walking back to the railing, I lean against it, looking down and squeezing my eyes shut as I try to quell this nauseating feeling. When I open them again, my vision is still fading, in and out while a strange red overlay seems to wash over what little I'm still able to see. Stumbling back, I look around for one of the staff bots for help, disoriented by whatever is happening to me. But instead of a staff bot, what I vaguely see approaching me from the right is a gray humanoid silhouette and two bright eyes fixated on me. Startled, I make a run for the stairs, hoping to find staff bot somewhere nearby. My vision still hasn't fixed itself. In fact, it's gotten worse. And as I misstep and tumble down the first short flight of stairs, I force myself back up, using the railings for support, before something grabs the back of my shirt. Hold on to the railing. I don't let go of the railing as I look behind me, now more clearly seeing the face of a gray rabbit costume with bright red eyes and a gaping black grin. What are you? I can't even hear my own voice. The ringing drowns it out completely as whoever it is successfully drives me away from the railing and back up the stairs as I try to grab at anything I can. Reduced to a rag doll, it gets harder and harder for me to try and escape as I'm dragged back into L Chips. The ringing is overpowered by the sound of my own heart pounding in my head. We're nearing the kitchen at the back of the small restaurant, blocked off by a metal door. I'm running out of time. I tried kicking my attacker, but they seemed unfazed, using just one arm to drag me back as the other one wields a large kitchen knife. They're going to kill me. I'm just barely able to cling onto the corner of the counter, trying to buy whatever time I can. Call for help. I try calling for anyone to help me, unsure if I can even be heard as my grip on the counter starts to slip. Call for staff bot. My attacker has both hands on my back of my shirt and is pulling hard. One of my hands slips from the counter. I can't hang on much longer. I'm going to die. Call for Moon. Moon, help me! My hand slips from the counter and I'm dragged back. I'm practically clawing at the floor, but the accustomed stranger yanks me back before pushing open the door to the kitchen and throwing me in. There's no lights on in here, so I'm almost completely drowned in darkness as I land on the cold tile floor, save for the small beam of light coming from beyond the door. Looking behind me, I see that a bit of light starts slipping away as the attacker's silhouette starts to merge with the darkness, the red eyes being the only thing that I see. And probably the last thing I'll see. The beam of light from beyond the door floods back into the room, and the gray rabbit is nowhere to be seen. My vision suddenly starts to clear up as I look towards whatever landed nearby. A different pair of red eyes looks back at me, and lunges at me before two familiar robotic arms grab me and pull me back out of the kitchen and into the atrium. I can finally see clearly, and the ringing noise is completely replaced by a racing heartbeat. Flying back from the atrium to the daycare, Moon's grip on me is so strong that he's on the verge of crushing my spine. He finally starts to slow down as we pass over the daycare wall, the once eerie silence hanging over us. He makes a smooth landing on the floor, the cable on his back unhooking and retreating back to the ceiling as I'm placed on the ground. He doesn't let go, though. It almost feels like his arms are shaking, or maybe that's me. I can't see his face. He's slouched in a way where my head is almost resting on his shoulder, and he's staring at the floor. His arms finally loosen, as if he just let out a relieved sigh before letting go of me. I myself can't find words for what just happened. Whenever I open my mouth to speak, my mind completely blanks. Instead, I drop to the floor. My fight or flight is still kicked in, and my hands are shaking uncontrollably. Moo's expression darkens slightly. Does he want to say something? His faceplate turns slightly as he walks over to something on the floor a few yards away. My flashlight. He silently picks it up and returns it to me. I'm pretty sure I can hear his fans revving up, and he looks like he's in deep thought. He sits down in front of me, resting his faceplate on the palm of his hand. Did she hurt you at all? I fidget with the flashlight a bit. Battery's dead. Almost. I'm sorry for not being there sooner. You should have let me stay here. Making him feel bad. Whatever, I'm still alive. I'm sorry, Jeremy. Why do you care so much anyway? I basically just got here and, well, you barely know me. This is my job. I don't just look after the kids that come in and out of the daycare. Everyone that steps into the building is my responsibility. And now that includes you too, Jeremy. Moon suddenly gets up and walks over to the massive doors by the desk. Where are you going? Locking this place up. Whoever attacked you is still in the building. I can't leave you alone to go deal with it myself, and bringing you with me is too risky. I watch as Moon moves various objects in front of the door, from desk chairs to smaller play structures, basically anything decently heavy enough to barricade the door. Can you just lock it? I already did, but I'm not taking any chances. Eventually, I'm able to stand up again and go over to the charging dock by the desk to recharge my flashlight. Jeremy? I'm guessing you'd rather get out of here sooner rather than later, right? Yeah, kind of. Some lady in a rabbit onesie almost murdered me, so, right. Well, whenever you want to keep going with the generator, just say the word. Right. I remove my flashlight from the charging dock, and sure enough, it works. I turn it on and point it back at the structures. Shall we? Moon nods, and we waste no time finding the next generator. Thankfully, it works just fine now. With that over with, we go back to the desk to turn the lights back on. Speaking of, I wonder how Sun's taking all this. Moon did say they can both see and hear everything happening, even if they're not the one piloting the robot body. I catch a glimpse of the time as I turn the lights back on. 2 a.m. The daycare is slowly lit up. As usual, the music comes back on. Well, everyone, this is part 1. Thank you all so much for watching. Not much happened differently from the last time, but I really do enjoy this game. I really do hope to get a better ending. With that, I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye, everyone.